So I guess Gypsy Rose Blanchard is ready for a record deal from Clyde Davis. Anyway, y'all just listen to this because it's about to take you out. But after this, she's talking about a painting, a free painting in the free world. Girl, we ain't see no paintings while you was in the locked up world. What is he talking about?
Who is that girl I see staring straight back at me? Why is my reflection someone I don't know? Somehow I cannot hide who I am, though I've tried. When will my reflection show who I am inside? So I am making a painting for Aurora's nursery, and I just started working on it. I don't know how long it's going to take me to finish this, but I have always loved painting, and it's been a long time since I painted anything. So this is my first painting out in the free world. I'm excited. I have a couple of ideas of how I want to do this. I don't want to give away what it's gonna be, but I want you guys to leave comments in the comment section what you think this portrait is gonna be, this art piece is gonna be. I'll give you guys a hint. It is meaningful and it involves family. So leave me a comment of what you think the drawing is gonna be.
This girl's so crazy and she lies so much. It's so bizarre. So apparently somebody reached out to me the other day and said that Krusty told them that CPS is not involved and that I am wrong about everything. Y'all, anytime that lady start defending something, she lying. On God, and we all know it. Listen, y'all don't have to say nothing. Y'all know it's true. Okay. I agree. Every time that lady be trying to defend something, she be lying. Whoa. Man. You just don't know who is who, child. But anyway, y'all, we're gonna spin a block. So I think it's very interesting because this time last year I did a video on Mia. Now I will say this. I feel like Mia's tried to stay out of a lot of the stuff. But considering her mama has said or been okay with a lot of the racism that has happened on this app with her stepdaughter or the girl who caught her mama and her friends that she's okay with and said slick stuff before. Considering your daughter's boyfriend is a black man, I just feel like it says a lot about you. And I legit could smell the rope. I'm just saying. Because you feel like racism is okay as long as you don't like the person. I said what I said, okay? If you don't like it, that's your prerogative, okay? I'm just saying. Racism should not be if I don't like you, it's okay. You know them people that was doing picnics? And you know why they was doing picnics? It's given that. While you got him on the show looking like an Uncle Tom, check yourself and don't send no messages to me, ma'am, because I don't care what you got to say. And if you want to tag her, send this to her. I don't give a damn what you do. Just let her know I said this. I'm not going to do it because my mama will beat me if I'm on the internet doing it. I'm just saying, Miss Mams, I don't care what you got to say because I know you a liar. Like, it don't matter. It don't even matter. But I feel like when somebody knows that their mama's like that, they were raised like that, and even though they may not want to be like that, the root of their upbringing was like that. And I don't know, it's just like I said, I could smell the rope. But I saw this video that I had did about Mia, and I don't dislike her. I don't know her. But I would completely disassociate with people like them if I wasn't okay with it. I get it's your family, but being a racist is like that's where I draw the line. You know what I'm saying? Like, I draw the line there. Granted, I am not a white woman, so I wouldn't know. Although Dreamer said that I try to look like one. But look, it's whatever. um, but I saw that video and I saw a couple of other videos that I did, and I was like, yo, y'all are gonna really like these videos because it's kind of funny to see the spin the blocks a year later and they still kind of low key ring true. And I'm seeing a lot of bigger creators talking about Jip Jip. So I'm really actually very happy that I feel like people are really understanding what is happening and who Gypsy really is. And I love that. But anyway, y'all, let's spin a block. Y'all watch these videos. Oh, and her 2 new videos or whatever. And y'all, this Diddy tea is really piping hot. And this Karen Reed tea is really diabolical. Okay. We got a new pope. I slid in a little video about that, which I just think it's so funny how unserious we are as adults. Like, who left us in charge? You know what I'm saying? Because I just don't feel like we are mature for that. And I also slid in a video of 420 Mimi. And y'all know I think she is hysterical anytime she does a video as Ryan. I fall out. Like, when I say I need a whole inhaler, 420 Mimi really hilarious. This post is for the beautiful Miss Mia. I heard that you were on live and you said something that wasn't so good about me, which was, it's fine because I get it and I understand. But what I do want to say to you is that I actually admire you a lot, especially coming from where you're coming from. To see what you are doing with your life is huge. It's so admirable. And it makes me sad to see you on live and everyone ask about your sister. Because I feel like, somehow she always finds the way to get all the attention when you've been out here doing the right thing this entire time. But one thing I'll say is I see that you have made sure you have educated yourself. You have made sure that you have done the right thing, and you will be rewarded for that. I know that nothing's handed to you and you've worked for it. You don't ask for handouts, and you work very hard for what you have and to achieve what you've achieved. And that is very respectable. So you may not like me and you may have something or things to say about me, but one thing I'll say to you is I admire you, your strength, your ambition, and for you being who you are. And I hope that the people that follow you will really respect you and follow you for you and not for anybody else. I also wanted to mention it's not about me making money off of Gypsy. It's more about me exposing who she is because of what she's teaching this society. It's not that I want to see anything bad happen to her. Like, I feel like she should get whatever she deserves. It's just more of really people seeing the truth. And if I'm able to get people to see that, whether you like that or not, that's all I want, is the truth to be told. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye for now. You, sir, you've won. You have won today. And do you want to know what you won? You won Donkey of the Day. Because if you don't care, why are you commenting? Remember, this is my page. You came onto my page to leave a comment. Remember that.
Dear Diary, today has been an awful day. Nina made a post saying that Mia was amazing. That kind of stole the attention from me. I didn't really like that at all. And then I didn't have anything to give to TMZ. And Ryan's page is still going viral. And Nina keeps exposing all my lies. I really don't know what to do at this point, because I don't want all this to come out before my show.
Yes, this might not affect my everyday life, but this is not something that this is the first time I'm doing this. Back when Sarah Crescent and Centoya Brown were charged and arrested and facing life in prison, I advocated for them. You can look all through my Facebook posts. So right is right and wrong is wrong. I do believe Nicholas needs to get his fair day in court. So yes, it might not affect me, but an injustice to one is an injustice to all. So if it's okay to happen to him, that means there's other autistic people that have low IQs and that were collecting disability checks. And I'm saying that because a lot of people really don't understand. If you're getting disability, there's an issue, okay? That they get caught in the crossfires. So it is not okay for us to just say, oh, well, it doesn't affect my everyday life. That is the problem we have in society right now. If something doesn't affect your everyday life, you don't care. But there's people suffering with things that happen, and it doesn't have to affect you. But when it happens to you or something happens to you, you're going to want somebody to speak out. And the fact that you would say something ignorant like this is very sad. Very sad. Because if you don't like what I'm saying, block me and get off my page. But don't tell me it has nothing to do with me. Because if something happens, you're going to want someone to fight for you too.
Dear Diary, I posted a post and my stepmother left a comment saying, don't let anyone stop me and go wherever my heart takes me. But unfortunately, my heart always takes me to lies. Ryan is having so much support on his page, and I can't stand that. He takes the attention away from me. Ken also wrote I love you on my post. He loves the so much out of me. When I tell you I love that, because even though him and I argue, I mean, at least he lets people on social media know that he loves me. I mean, you know, he might love me for the money, but either way, he's here. On another note, Taylor Swift was inspired by me, and she wrote a song, Fresh Out the Slammer, and it was just for me. I didn't realize Taylor Swift loved me so much. I'm just waiting for her to DM me and invite me to her house. And as soon as they do that, I'm gonna call TMZ and I will have them right at the door. So just hang in there. Bye, y'all.
Okay, so now, this is your first time here in Hollywood, your first time in LA. What do you think about our city?
I like it. I love the vibe. It's real chill. It's definitely a place that I can see me vacationing to.
I love the weather.
And if you ever do get to go to Hollywood and Vine to Disney's Hollywood Studios and have dinner or lunch with an Imagineer. That's really amazing. Imagineer is who basically makes the parks, thinks of the ideas for all of the architecture, layout, the brains, and you get to ask some questions and find out inside scoops about different things. And I'm a huge animal lover.
Dear Diary, My dog daddy, Ryan Anderson, has been on TikTok acting like he's all that in a bag of chips. He's been posting more and more often, and I am not okay with that. Today, he actually even did a clap back and told me thank you for commenting in my section so that I could get more views. I'm so mad. I keep trying to send Ken for him, but he's not going.
Do you know what the funniest part of the interview that Gypsy Rose did on the podcast? I gotta show you guys the clip because I truly think this was the funniest part of the interview, and the irony of it is just incredible.
Tell him, like, listen, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. Do you think that we can compromise to maybe this many times a week max, or, you know, whatnot, to kind of have you both happy and to find a medium for you guys?
Yeah, no, he's very understanding.
Okay.
And so I communicated that with him. I'm sure he would not be like, absolutely not. Like, I need this. But I also, like, you know, like, I want to please
Right.
him.
He's your husband, absolutely.
Yeah, but don't feel
Right,
pressure.
yeah.
Don't feel pressure
Yeah,
because
right,
that's your partner. You're supposed to feel comfortable with your partner, and
Right,
if he loves you, he will do his best for you and make you happy. And you know, so it goes both ways. It's not one way or the other. Like, you guys are in a marriage, so it's both ways.
I mean, you said it perfectly. Because it seems like there's this under...
Talk about the blind leading the blind. I don't know who's crazier, Ryan, Gypsy, or the lady calling in trying to get advice. Trying to get marriage advice from Gypsy Rose and Ryan Anderson. Ryan already told you he wrote to her because his coworker or his friend was writing to Tiger King. What about that did you feel like you should have, you know, honey, that you can't tell me that that wasn't funny. Like, the first time I watched that, I just laughed hysterically because I was like, wow. The day I start asking Ryan Anderson and Gypsy Rose for marriage advice, I need to reassess my entire life and figure it all out. So I want to make this post to explain to you guys I'm no longer being nice to people that come on my page and are willfully ignorant on the Gypsy Rose situation, because there's enough information out there that you all have enough of the facts to make an accurate decision. The media is going to spin whatever story that they want, but when you actually watch and look at the facts, like the interrogation, it's on my YouTube. If you don't even want to support my YouTube, they're on other creators' YouTube, so you can actually see this information. And I think it's really important for you to educate yourself, especially when the information is out there, to make an accurate decision. And because you have access to that information, when you come on here willfully ignorant, it's annoying because you have access to the actual information to see the lies that were told. Now, I do want to make this statement is that the last post that I posted that she was not being honest, that she lied about being in LA. I was wrong, and I'm willing to admit that because Hollywood Studios is in Florida and not in LA. So sorry, Gypsy, for giving that misinformation. However, the rest of you guys, really, the information is all out there. You guys need to really see this case for what it is. There's so many lies and dishonesty being told, and the fact that there's people, and I won't say everyone because I think there's a lot of people that are open to realizing what the truth is, but when you're writing for something or someone, you need to know the facts before you start defending things, because the worst thing in the world is to be uneducated on something and speak on it, because that shows more ignorance on your part than anything else. So if you come in my comment section willfully ignorant, I'm going to block you. I'm no longer being nice. I'm going to say what I have to say, and then I'm going to block you. The days of me being nice with willfully ignorant people is over. The information is out there. The facts are out there. I'm not talking about what the media says. And please don't come on here saying, I have done my research, I have watched all your videos. My video is public opinion. It is not research. Research is actually watching the interrogations, looking at the court's information, looking at the actual facts. Okay? So when you say research, research is factual information that has been documented and fact-checked, right? When you're watching a creator, most of what I'm saying is my opinion based on the facts that I've seen. So if you want accurate information, go watch the interrogation. Go look at the court documents. Go look at the trial. Go look at all of that type of stuff. The documentary was in Gypsy's words. Those were not facts. Those were not truths. There was a lot of things told that wasn't honest, and you guys are able to see that. You guys, this lady is playing in y'all's face, and you're on here playing on my page. And one thing I don't like is ignorance. That just gets under my skin. So when you guys are on here commenting crazy stuff on stuff that's not true, or that you've seen isn't true, or you haven't done your research and you're making these blanket statements, my page is not for that. I'm not going to allow you guys to comment just to help the algorithm and keep the comments. I'm going to delete them. I am. Because I do not want lies being spread on my page. I want the truth being spread on my page. I want truth being told on my page. And that is the reason why I'm not going to allow you guys to sit on here and comment stuff that's not true based on the fact that you guys don't want to actually know the truth. For those of the people that actually have watched the interrogation and actually have done their research because they really do want to know the truth if they're going to defend something, I appreciate you guys. I'm sure Nicholas GODEJOHN appreciates you guys. I feel like if you have done that research and you have actually fact-checked, you know what's what. And if you do, please go on my link tree in my bio and sign Nicholas GODEJOHN'S petition. He needs to have his fair day in court. And I will say this again, like I've said this before. I am not saying he should be out here in these streets roaming around and just doing his thing. I'm not saying that he should be a free man. I don't know if he should or shouldn't. What I'm saying is he deserves a real day in court with a public defender that's not working against him, with someone that's actually trying to make sure that the actual facts of the case get out, someone that actually shows the accurate videos of what actually happened, because there's a lot of things that weren't brought into court. And, you know, I think he should be in a mental health facility. That is my opinion. And they should come up with a treatment plan. And once they have a treatment plan, they can go from there. I think maybe a group home, something like that, where he is able to better himself. But at the point that it is right now, Gypsy is the one roaming the streets when she set up the whole thing. She bought his bus ticket. She stole the unaliving weapon. All of this was things that she actually done, and it's factual evidence. And if you guys haven't noticed, and I will post this later, Gypsy admitted in her interrogation that her mother had kicked her out, that her mother told her it was time for her to leave. And the ironic part is that Nicholas GODEJOHN said the exact same thing in his interrogation. Nicholas GODEJOHN's mother said the same thing. And Nicholas GODEJOHN's father said the same thing. So that was consistent in all 4 interrogations. That should tell you guys something. There's some truth to that. So she was abused at the age of 23 years old. Some of this is not accurate. And the fact that she had fraud charges pending against her when she took the plea deal, which is why they went away, that should tell you guys all something. And I want you guys to do your research. I'm all about the truth and the facts coming out. And again, I am sorry for posting the last part of that post where I said that she was lying about being in Hollywood, not Hollywood, in LA. That was my misinformation for not doing my correct research, okay? So I just want to be honest about that. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you guys for your support. We are seeking truth and justice. So it's not about getting back at anyone or anything like that. It's about truth and justice. But you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye for now. Gypsy Rose has told a lot of lies on this case. But one thing in particular that I've noticed watching the interrogations the second time around that I think might be really important for you guys to see is the fact that she had told Nicholas, his parents, that she had been kicked out of her home. Now I'm going to play this clip of the stepdad admitting it and Gypsy Rose admitting it. and also the stepmother speaking on the situation. Actually, not his stepmother, his biological mom.
I came here because my mother kicked me out of my house. She and I were having relationship problems. I guess she wanted me to stay a little girl forever. She didn't really like my boyfriend. And she was like, pretty much, if you want to move to Wisconsin with him, fine, go. And I packed my stuff. She basically wanted me out of the house before then because we kept on having arguments. But I'm not a violent person. I would never ever hurt her. And a lot of our arguments stemmed from being with Nick.
The only communication I had was just to call him to see if he was alright, you know, what's going on. Because I told him to keep in touch and he wouldn't keep in touch. Okay. She was getting the opposite way. So I was at work, you know, and she's panicking, so I'd call him and, you know, eventually either he'd answer me or my text or something. You know, and I even asked him a couple times, like, you guys are not getting in trouble, right? Which I wasn't thinking that kind of trouble. I was thinking, you know, like litigation or whatever. Yeah, you know? Right. I wasn't expecting anything like this. Yeah, I don't think anybody was, really. So,
what date was that you talked to him? Do you remember? Was it on that cell phone or was it?
It was on my phone.
On that phone?
I talked to him every day he was there.
Okay. And you guys knew he was going to Springfield, right?
Right.
Okay. Did he say why he was going down there? Did he give you a purchase?
Just to get her and bring her up here.
Okay. So he's going down there.
He told me that she was kicked out and all that stuff. Well, with all this going on, I don't really think she was kicked out. You know, I don't think she was in a homeless shelter or nothing.
Is that what she said?
That's what she said.
And she told
my wife
that she was in a homeless shelter.
And when she
What day that was? She told her that?
That was Saturday morning when she picked them up from the station.
Okay. Well, that was a lie.
Right.
To be honest with you.
That's what you found out.
Tell me about your wanting your phone back.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, my son's never done anything violent, so it's like...
That's what he said.
I mean, oh my God.
He said that he's never... I mean, what do you think about this?
I don't know. I mean, I know that once he started going down there, we always keep a close watch on him because he has... And that's
Is he being diagnosed with...
Okay. So that's why we kind of, you know, treat him like when he was last doctor he talked to, they said his mind is probably always going to be 15, 16, right around there. So we always try to keep a close watch on him. When he said he wanted to go down there, I mean, I was a basket case. I'm like, you've never been out on your own, you know what I mean? So, but last time he didn't tell us so.
Okay.
He got a cab and never said anything to us, and I saw a taxi pull up in my driveway.
Okay.
And I ran out there right as he was loading his stuff, and I'm like, where are you going? He's like, well, I didn't think you were going to let me go. I'm like, well, I mean, why would, you know, it's not okay for you to just take off. You don't tell us where you're going. So, he's never done anything like this. Nothing violent, you know what I mean? That's why I'm in shock.
Okay.
I
think he's madly in love with this.
I know. It's like, even when I try to talk to him about, you know, there's plenty of girls out there. You're a good-looking kid. Why don't you meet a girl at church or something, you know? He just, I mean, that's the way it works, though, when you have what he has. It's like your mind focuses on one thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
So, I never thought he'd do something like this, though.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just trying to hold it together because I don't want to lose it right now.
I know.
I have a little boy at home.
I know.
Trying to explain to him, hey, you're never going to see your brother again. Or, you know what I mean? It's like...
Does he have many friends?
Nick?
Yeah.
He hangs out with his cousin, but his cousin's a good kid.
Okay.
I mean, they're good kids. They don't...
Did his cousin know anything about this?
Absolutely not. Okay. Oh my gosh, she's like an angel.
Is he in shock over this?
I don't know if his cousin knows. I haven't had my phone.
Okay.
They threw me down on the ground, took us to the school, and I haven't talked to anybody.
Okay.
I mean, I just called my work today. Nobody knew.
Okay.
Nobody knew what happened, thank God, but...
Now, I don't know this for a fact, but after seeing this, my big question is, did Gypsy truly unalive her mom in hopes that she would benefit financially from the house, because she claims that they had a troubled relationship. Her mom was like, if you want to leave, you can leave. That's just a question. I don't know this. It's an assumption. But also the other question is, while she was having that conversation, that would have been the perfect time to speak on the abuse, right? So that kind of leaves some questions for me as well. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts?
She was engaged to Ken. Okay. Ken left, and I'll just say it, he left her to date somebody else, left her in prison crying. I don't care, I speak the truth. He left you, number one. All right. He can say Dr. Field told him to. That's the biggest bunch of joke I've ever heard in my life. Dr. Field told me to do something. I'd say, Dr. Field, go on about your business. But anyway, that's just me. All right. Then she dated around. Okay, maybe. All right. And then she gets with me. Why would the parole board think that that was a good thing? I'm just saying. Like, why would the parole board think dating another guy, getting engaged would be a good thing for her parole? Okay. Y'all use logic on that. Okay. There's some more stuff behind that. Way more. And I'm not going to get into it. But Gypsy did not marry me for parole. Okay.
Need to update LinkedIn to let everybody know about the new gig. I'm excited to announce I have been appointed Pope at the Vatican. Looks like Jesus started giving me an endorsement for turning water into wine. Facts. Job description: global forgiveness lead, cross-functional savior support. Let's get these skills added in here. God has already endorsed me for public speaking, miracle logistics, and crisis management. Let's go. Hey Susan, can you send me that picture you took of me up on the balcony with the doves flying over? Okay, because I need to update my LinkedIn profile picture. Excited for this next chapter. Hashtag blessed. Hashtag open to miracles. Hashtag just got poked.
Y'all, this Diddy trial just turned into a full-blown BET thriller. And guess who's stepping into the chat? I'll be sure. Yes, the night and day R&B legend, the biological father of Kim Porter's oldest son. Now hold on to your lace fronts, because I'll be sure isn't just involved. He's coming in hot, and he's claiming Diddy was not only abusive, but that he had something to do with Kim Porter's mysterious death, which, if you haven't forgot, was ruled by pneumonia back in 2018. But Albie says Kim warned him to watch his back right before she passed away, and now he's saying Diddy tried to take him out too. Sir said mysteriously he ended up in a coma with liver failure back in 2022. Meanwhile, Cassie is allegedly prepping to testify 8 months pregnant and ready to deliver receipts and a baby at the same damn time. And let's not forget, Diddy's team is already alleging there was violence in their relationships, but claims it was mutual. So y'all, the 2016 assault video is floating around in the internet, and they're saying otherwise, that it was mutual. Now, there's reports that are saying things are getting out of hand in trial like the Titanic. Witnesses are disappearing. Allegation of ex-trafficking charges, racketeering, and abuse is giving Surviving Diddy edition way worse than R. Kelly. Let me say this. If Albie Sure takes the stand and drops what he knows about Kim Porter, and Cassie hits the stand with that belly and those receipts, it might be a wrap for Puff Daddy. Okay? Mr. Loverboy, Brother Love, or whatever his name is, he's going to be going down like the Titanic. And I hope y'all are sitting down for this one, because it's piping hot. Because listen, this trial isn't just about Diddy. It's about the entire machine behind him. The people who knew, the people who stayed quiet, and the people who were help covering up. I'll be sure might just be the crack that busts this whole case open. And y'all, it's a little nerve-wracking to me. But y'all better stay tuned and stay seated and stay ready, because the tea never stops pouring. I'm sorry, but are we all going to ignore the fact that the detective reading the text messages in the Karen Reed trial yesterday can't read? Like, that man was up there giving big hooked on phonics, never hooked me. Sir, you're on the stand for a murder trial, not struggling through a bedtime story. He was stumbling over words, skipping entire phrases, misquoting messages. Like he was trying to lose the jury on purpose. At one point, I was like, is he having a literacy crisis or a cover up crisis? Because it's giving both. Here's what's wild. This isn't little fumbles. These are messages that are crucial evidence. And the prosecution really said, let's have Stevie Stumblewords read over the most important messages of this case. Meanwhile, the defense is sitting there like, do we even need to cross examine? Dude is doing our job for us. Be serious. Y'all want Karen Reed locked up, but you can't even find somebody literate to read these texts? This is giving big smoke gun. This is what we doing? This is a whole detective that actually detects things. How can he detect something if he can't read? So what is he investigating? Because a lot of times when you're investigating stuff, you have to be able to read. Did anybody let that sink in? Because nobody's been asking that question and I can't figure out why.